Welcome to Art Lectio, a space where the enjoyment of art is restored to its original purpose, contemplation that leads to transformation. Today we are reflecting on Lot and His Daughters by Artemisia Gentileschi. Enter a dimly lit room. A father slumped in drink, unaware. Two daughters, faces half turned, glances exchanged, and hands poised between hesitation and determination. One pours the wine, the other whispers, a secret or a scheme. Outside, the sky glows, embers still flickering from a city swollen by judgment. A ghostly form lingers in the distance, a pillar of salt. Their mother, frozen in the past, a warning in stone. The weight of survival presses in, and the world they knew is gone. And with it, the rules they once lived by. A choice must be made. But is it desperation or destiny that leads their hands? This scene comes from an ancient story, one of destruction, flight, and a fractured family seeking shelter in a cave. Lot and his daughters had fled the city of Sodom, a place so steeped in corruption that fire rained from the sky to consume it. And his wife, turning back and longing, was lost. Now in the hush of isolation, fear takes root. Believing they are the last survivors, perhaps even on earth, the daughters make a fateful decision to give their father wine, to bear his children, and to preserve their family line. It is an act of urgency, born in a world without guidance, of choices made in the silence where faith has faltered. And yet, even here, where morality twists in the shadows, where human hands grasp for control, God is not absent. For from this lineage, through generations yet unseen, will come Ruth, a woman of faith, and through her the line of David, and from David's house, the Christ. And what does this tell us of God? That even when our choices are tainted by fear, even when we do not see Him, He is at work, not endorsing, but redeeming, not lost in the chaos, but writing a greater story. And how often do we too let fear drive our hands? How often do we make decisions in the dim glow of uncertainty, believing we're alone? But what if we're not alone? What if the places where hope seems absent, grace is already moving? Lord, how quickly I grasp for control when I cannot see the way forward. How easily fear persuades me that I am alone. But you are not a God of an abandonment. You do not leave us lost in the cave of our own reasoning. You take even our fractured choices and weave them into something greater than anything we could imagine. Teach me to trust you, even in the silences. Teach me to wait, even when I do not yet see the dawn. Amen. I invite you to let these words settle in your heart. This comes from Romans 8:28. We know that in all things God works for the good of those who love Him. Breathe deeply. Let the light of that truth soften the shadows of fear. God is not waiting on perfect choices from you today. He is present even in the midst of uncertainty. Rest in that knowledge. Where is fear shaping your choices? Where have you convinced yourself that you must act alone? Perhaps you feel like you have been left with no good options. Or perhaps you are walking forward, but with hands clenched tight, carrying the weight of self-reliance. But I'd like to propose this. The opposite of fear is not control. It is surrender. Not the surrender of defeat, but the surrender of trust, of knowing who you trust, of opening your hands to the one who weaves redemption from wreckage, light from ashes, hope from the strangest of places. Lot's daughters could not see beyond the cave, but we can. We see that their story did not end in fear, it became a part of grace's great unfolding. So too, your story is not over. Will you trust the author? Thank you for joining me for today's daily reflection. Consider joining me tomorrow morning to start your day well. Tap the bell icon to be notified, or if you can't wait, you can watch the clip on your screen for more inspiration.